going on, party people? We're back with some more Babymonathon Revival 1 action. We've got Moonman versus Rahul here in this round 1 matchup here. Moonman, someone I know from the Zets Discord as well, just like in the last battle with Gen Nexus. So, yeah, wishing him all the best in this matchup. Fellow Gen 5 connoisseur as well, I would like to add. So, shout out to him for that. Up against Rahul, yeah, who's bringing the snow to this one here. Pretty standard looking team, at least, again, what I've noticed about standard Gen 9 little cup action here with the Snover and the Alolan Sandshrew here. And of course, you gotta have Mindfu. Looking to set up some hazards there with that Glimmet, maybe some Toxic Debris action, maybe some Stealth Rocks. Don't think anything else on that team could even set up Stealth Rocks, so you gotta think that's what's going on there. Gothita to do some trapping action. And then Coughing just as a good fat poison type. We got a couple poison types. And then on Moonman's side, Moonman on the bottom here and Rahul on the top. So we're looking at this from Moonman's perspective here. Got the Mindfu because you got to. Same with Volibee as well. Two very common Pokemon in this tier. Honestly, he's brought a really standard team too with the Diglett and the Mudspray, the Mareanie, as well as the Elekid. Don't really have too much to add. I mean, it's a pretty standard team, but you just bring the threats and see what can happen as well. So yeah, let's jump into game 1 here. So Moonman leads with the Elekid as Rahul leads with the Mindfu, clicks Fake Out. And I need to check again. Does this thing get static? It does get static. So dodge the static there, clicks Volt Switch on the way out as it outspeeds Mindfu. As Mindfu clicks U-Turn on the Mudspray, which will get a defense boost from the stamina. Snover comes in, sets up the snow. And threatening an Ice or a Grass move. Mareanie comes in, clicks Blizzard, does just over a quarter. As Gothita switches in, traps the Mareanie. As Gothita survives, gets poisoned though, so maybe if you can stall out the Mareanie a bit. Nope, just clicks Psychic and dies. Okay, never mind. So you can maybe protect or I don't think it gets Baneful Bunker this in its first stage. Volibee comes out, switches. Rahul switching out into Glimmet gets some Toxic Debris going, and Mindfu comes out and gets poisoned. There we go again, falling behind here. Clicks Knockoff, more Toxic Debris from Glimmet. It's important to note that Moonman doesn't have a poison type anymore, so these 3 grounded Pokemon here are going to be getting Toxic Poison. Actually, no, I guess Mindfu's already regular poison, so these last 2 here can get Toxic Poison. Well, Diglett being a poison type won't, and Volibee being a Floatymon won't either. But it's going to be taking Stealth Rock damage now, so Rahul will put himself in a very good position here in this turn. Let's keep it going here. So switch out into Coughing. Is Mindfu likely going to click a fighting move as it clicks High Jump Kick? Does nothing to the Coughing. Very good answer to Mindfu. Clicks U-Turn, gets out of there. As Diglett comes out. It's important to note that this Coughing's likely neutralized gas, so yes it is. So it's not floating there, it's not levitate. Glimmet comes in on the Earthquake, so just dies there. Did its job though. Mindfu comes out, threatens a High Jump Kick as the Moonman's Mindfu comes out, takes it, but won't survive poison. Mudspray comes in, gets Toxic Poison, so there you go. Mindfu is just going to click Knock Off and get rid of this thing's Violate, as it gets a Stamina boost and sets up Stealth Rocks, which will threaten a few Pokemon there on Rahul's side. High Jump Kick just finishes off. I didn't miss a crit there, did I? Knock Off, Stamina boost. Well, no, I mean, without a Violate, I don't know if it's taking a High Jump Kick anyways. Oh, that was a crit. Okay, that might have mattered. Volibee comes out here on the follow-up. As Coughing switches back in. Pretty good answer to Volibee here, but losing lots of HP. Takes a knockoff. Ooh, maybe not a good answer, as it can just follow up with another knockoff. I was thinking maybe Brave Bird there, but yeah. Gothita comes out. Clicks Trick. Okay, so this Volibee now has a Choice Scarf and is locked into knockoff. As Gothita goes down. Tying this game up, actually. Clicks Knockoff on the Sandshrew, losing its Violate, and clicks Triple Axle, which should knock out the Volibee easily, especially after the weak armor. There you go. Elekid comes out, gets Toxic Poison. Sandshrew's still in, and you're gonna think Sandshrew's getting out to get Snover in and get the speed boost, clean things up. Mindfu comes in to take the Thunderbolt, and then the Psychic follow-up, but you gotta think Snover's coming in here. Toxic damage racking up, and Sandshrew should be able to get the job done here late game. Clicks Psychic, and clicks Blizzard on the Elekid. Elekid goes down. Diglett comes out, not taking the Toxic. Just want some chip on it to make things a little bit easier for Sandshrew. Which can just come in, click Earthquake, you'd think. Probably the most accurate move here. Oh, has Sucker Punch. Okay, I forgot about that. And yeah, clicks Earthquake, knocks it out. So a Sucker Punch crit wouldn't have got there, but still kept it pretty interesting at the end there. So Rahul was up 1-0 going into game 2. All right, here we go. Game 2 action. Moonman again from our point of view, and then Rahul on the other side there. And Moonman bringing... Is this a similar team? No, it's not. No, there wasn't a Fungus. I guess you got some similar Pokemon there, but you got a Shelter this time. His own Glimmet this time as well, so maybe taking some inspiration from that first game from his opponent, who knows. But pretty solid defensive core there with the Fungus as well. Rahul, on the other hand, also bringing a Shelter, so we finally see some Shelter action in this battle. And got a Stunky as well over there, and bringing, other than that, a pretty standard team, I must say, but... Again, there's a lot of Pokemon in this tier that just, ain't broke, don't need to fix it, right? Trying to figure out who might have the advantage here just on team preview. I mean, both players' Funguses, well, they both have a Volibee 2 and a Shelter that might have an Ice move, so I don't know. Two players with two very similar teams, both with a Volibee and a Mindfu, as well as a Fungus and a Shelter, so... Yeah, we'll just have to hop in, just bring in the threats. Volibee versus Mindfu, okay. Mindfu just gonna U-turn out as Volibee gets the weak armor speed boost there and takes that U-turn quite well. Clicks knock off on the Mudspray, which is gonna lose its Violite and get the defense boost. Clicks U-turn, gets out of there. There's another defense boost, though with a Violite, it's not gonna be taking hits too well, especially from this Fungus that switches in. And as we've seen many a times now, we got some Fungus versus Fungus action there to stomach the Spore as Mindfu comes out to take the crit Sludge Bomb from this Fungus. And it got the poison as well, so an unfortunate turn there for Moonman. Clicks knockoff on the Mudspray, gets a crit, but then you get the defense boost as well. And high jump kick should kill, yep, on the follow-up. But Mindfu taking poison damage. Skunky comes out here, clicks knockoff. Is this thing normally faster? Yes, it is. Okay. So not necessarily Choice Scarf. Now Glimmet comes out. Thing clicks knockoff again. There's the Toxic Debris. But with a couple poison types of the zone, Rahul doesn't really care too much there. Clicks knockoff again, but you just got to send that Fungus in and then those things will be gone. Sucker Punch on the follow-up there, predicting Glimmet just to attack. Diglett comes out. Clicks Earthquake, just knocks out the Skunky. And Fungus comes out, and there goes the spikes as we expected here. And does a little more damage than you would like, but the Giga Drain should do enough to get it out of range of Earthquake. And that it does, and then just kill it with the Giga Drain too. So Fungus still living. Probably gonna want to switch out and get some regen HP back. Volibee on Volibee action here, both taking Stealth Rocks. It's a crit on the knockoff, and will lose its own Violite, but it is now faster. Clicks Air Slash, gets another crit, but Brave Bird with the defense drop will actually just will knock out itself due to recoil as well. So both Volibees down, and we got a Shelter versus Shelter. We got some insert the Batman meme in this battle. We got a lot of Pokemon just facing up against themselves. Both of them just setting up the Shell Smash here. Misses a Rock Blast. That's huge because you can see from Moonman's Rock Blast that's doing enough. So unfortunate from Rahul, who wins that speed tie. Now Mindfu comes out, gonna click Fake Out, only doing 20% though. Moonman might have this with the Shelter. Icicle Spear, yep, definitely what you want to have here. 5 hits will get the job done, and then just forfeits because Fungus isn't gonna stand a chance against that Icicle Spear. So Moonman takes game 2 and ties things up. Let's see how things go here in game 3. All right, here we go, game 3. Both players tied 1-1 here. We've got Moonman from our point of view and Rahul on the other side there. Are both players bringing the same team? Well, Moonman's bringing a similar team, except he's got the Alolan Sandshrew, as well as the, what the heck's this thing, Shellos. First time I've seen Shellos in this tournament, I believe, but I wonder if it does the same thing as its evolution Gastrodon does in the higher tiers, at least back when I was playing Gen 6. I'm sure Gastrodon's quite low now, considering the power level of current gen. But it looks like Rahul's bringing the same team as last time. I believe so, yeah. And again, Moonman with a similar team. Yeah, let's just jump right into it. Let's just see how this goes here. So we got a Shellos versus Mindfu lead. Mindfu probably just gonna click Fake Out, as it does. See, Shellos takes that quite well, so very defensive Pokemon. Eats that high jump quick pretty well too, and Moonman just wants to get up rocks, which I think is a good play. Fungus switches in on the high jump kick here, as it will... Mindful will just click U-turn and get out of there. Fungus comes in. Classic Fungus V, Fungus action. Eats the Spore. Alolan Sandshrew comes out, and that Sludge Bomb's not going to do anything because it's a Steel type. Mud Spray comes out on the Sandshrew as it clicks SD. Okay, and then clicks Triple Axle, which should deal with the Mud Spray with these stamina boosts. Oh no, only gets 2 hits. Okay, there you go. Was that 2 or 3? Let's see that again. I missed something. There's 1. Stamina. There's 2. Stamina. Yeah, no, just 2 hits. Okay. There you go. I thought I was missing something there. So Mud Spray knocking out the Sandshrew. Clicks Earthquake on the Shellos. Okay, maybe a bit of a misplay there. And Diglett comes out, sets up a sub. As Mud Spray, I don't know if they predict that, but they just click a little Hail Mary. Rahul clicks a Hail Mary Stealth Rock there, as Diglett just knocks out with an Earthquake. Mindfu comes out here, takes an Earthquake, as they just click U-turn to break the sub. Diglett's so frail. And Fungus coming out here, and Diglett just sets up another sub, but Giga Dragon's going to break the sub, get back some of that HP it took rocks from. Clicks Earthquake as Giga Dragon just gets it done. Volibee coming out here. And Rahul switches into his own Volibee. Take the Brave Bird. But again, now it's faster. You've seen this before. But can it deal with a 66% Volibee? Not without a flinch. So unfortunate. U-turns out, switches into Mindfu here. Probably just going to click Fake Out. Yep, that deals with the Volibee there. But Moonman's still down 3 Pokemon to 4. Skunky comes out. Goes for the knockoff. Knocks off the Violite on the Mindfu as it goes for a high jump kick. Clicks Gunk Shot, just misses out on the kill, but gets the poison as both Pokemon will go down to Skunky's Aftermath. And we have Shelter in against Fungus. Okay, I think Moonman made the right choice here, but it's not going to live an Ice Shard, or Ice Spear, unfortunately, with the Skill Link ability. So, a little unfortunate. Can Volibee get done? Unlikely. Clicks Roost as Shelter clicks Icicle Spear. Now it's grounded. But now it's going to be faster. Actually, it doesn't matter that the defense drops. Shelter should just get the job done here. Wow, so much text on screen gone. On the screen, there we go. And yeah, Rahul gets the job done there with the Shelter. Didn't even need the Shell Smash. So, there you have it. Rahul moving on to round 2. Moonman, unfortunately, out of this tournament. Yeah, good match, though. I think you put up quite a good fight. I mean, honestly, when you're a tier you haven't really played much of at all, if you can take your first and only game to 3, I think that's something worth keeping your head high about, right? He did get a game off Rahul. Not that I know anything about Rahul and their experience in this tier, because I don't know anyone. But I think Rahul played it really well and definitely deserving it moving on to round 2. Anyways, yeah, stay tuned for more coverage of this tournament, that being Babymon Revival 1. And yeah, thanks for watching. Peace.